There's something so cozy about cinnamon rolls, and now that it's colder outside, they're all I want for breakfast. These cinnamon swirl buns are deceptively easy to put together. Let me show you how to make them. To a bowl, add 3/4 of a cup of warm milk along with 2.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. If you have the yeast packets, it's just one of those. We gotta give the yeast something to eat, so we'll add a 1/2 cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup melted butter. Top this off with 1 egg and 1 separated egg yolk. You can use 2 separated egg yolks if you want your dough to have a little bit more chew to it. Whisk that up before adding in 3 cups of bread flour along with a heavy pinch of kosher salt. All-purpose flour can be used as well. I just like the texture that bread flour lends. Give this a mix until a rough dough starts to form, and then we'll begin kneading. Whether kneading by hand or dough hook, you'll want to let this knead for about 8 to 10 minutes before forming into a ball and placing in a well-oiled bowl. Cover your dough and place this in a warm spot for about an hour to an hour and a half, or until it's doubled in size. Drop your dough onto a well-floured surface and then begin rolling into a rectangle. About 15 by 10 inches is what I like to go for. Take 1/2 stick of room temperature butter and spread this all over your dough to give our cinnamon sugar mixture something to stick to. A classic cinnamon roll, I like to do a cup of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Chocolate chips and nuts are always a fun addition. I've done a blueberry and lemon roll in the past. Delicious. Begin to tightly roll up your dough, just pinching tiny bits along the way. To cut the dough, I really like using a serrated knife. It makes easy work out of slicing through the dough. To get even cinnamon rolls, I like to cut my dough in half and then that section in half until I get 8 even cinnamon rolls. Let your rolls rise for about 30 minutes before placing them in a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes. While those are getting golden brown, let's whip up a quick icing. The icing was so good, I ended up doubling it, so ignore the measurements you see in the bowl. I used 8 ounces of room temp cream cheese, 1 stick of room temp butter, vanilla to my heart's desire, about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then a good dash of kosher salt. Once your cinnamon rolls are the perfect golden brown, pull them from the oven and let them sit for a minute and cool, and admire them before you top them with that delicious maple cream cheese frosting. The caramelized sugar and perfectly soft and tender inside of these cinnamon rolls are sure to be a crowd pleaser at your next breakfast or brunch, and they're easy to make. I hope you make them and enjoy.